Good evening. My name is Farrah Wilson, and I am the Director of Marketing and Strategic Communications for Broward County Public Schools. I want to welcome you today to Charles W. Flanagan High School, and we have interpreters here for you tonight. If there is anyone that needs services in American Sign Language, Haitian Creole, Portuguese, or Spanish, we have interpreters that will come and introduce themselves to you and let you know about their services. Please.
Olá, boa noite. Meu nome é Cláudia. Estou aqui para interpretar português. Se você precisar de tradução, eu vou estar aqui do lado com o equipamento. Obrigado, uma boa noite, bom evento a todos.
Bonjour tout le monde, mon nom c'est Christina et je vais essayer de traduire créole pour nous. Donc, si nous avons besoin de traduction en créole, nous avons un appareil là qui peut aider nous à comprendre et écouter les maps traduits créole pour nous. Merci.
Buenas noches a todos, mi nombre es Michelle Filippi y bienvenidos a este maravilloso evento auspiciado por la Junta Escolar de Broward County. Y si necesitan pues ayuda en español, por favor búsquenme acá y con mucho gusto le entregaré todo el equipo necesario. Buenas noches.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm here for American Sign Language interpretation.
Thank you so much, ladies. We would like to express our gratitude to Charles W. Flanagan High School band, cheerleaders, and Principal Paula Peters for their warm welcome and hospitality in hosting our community conversation tonight. With that, I would like to introduce the proud principal of Charles W. Flanagan High School, Ms. Paula Peters.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. I want to extend a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for coming to Charles W. Flanagan High School. And at this time, I'm going to ask you to stand for the presentation of colors.
I pledge allegiance. Oh, sorry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we welcome Sophie Page to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated, and let's put our hands together for our Flanagan High School students. Good evening. My name is Zoe Saunders. I'm the Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer for Broward County Public Schools. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our third community conversation about redefining our schools. Before proceeding further, I would also like to thank the ROTC, Student Government Association, band, color guard, culinary team, 5,000 role models, and the helpful IT team. So once again, thank you to all the students who helped put today's event together. Now I would like to preview what to expect from tonight's program. First, our school board chair, Lori Alhadeff, will provide greetings on behalf of the Broward County School Board. Then Superintendent Dr. Licata will provide an overview of the Redefining Our Schools process. Following the presentation, district staff will facilitate small breakout sessions in classrooms and in a virtual Teams meeting. This format is designed to promote discussion and idea sharing. We will provide more instructions following the presentation. At this time, it is my honor to introduce our school board chair, Lori Alhadeff.
Good evening, and a warm welcome to everyone joining us for the second community conversation being held as part of our Redefining Our Schools initiative. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce my school board member who is here with us this evening. Please welcome Tori Alston of District 2. Unable to join us today is Vice Chair Deborah Hickson, County at-Large Seat 9, Daniel Fognoli, District 1, Sarah Leonardi, District 3, Dr. Jeff Holness of District 5, Brenda Pham, District 6, Nora Rupert, District 7, and Dr. Alan Zeman, Countywide at-Large Seat 8, who also want to welcome you this evening. I would also like to recognize the elected officials joining us today. If you are an elected official, please stand. Thank you. We are at a pivotal moment for Broward County Public Schools, confronting challenges such as under-enrollment and the need for innovation. This initiative represents more than just a conversation. It's a collective call to action. We are committed to making progress through transparent and inclusive efforts. Your commitment to joining us in this significant endeavor is invaluable. Together, we can foster transformative change, reshaping our schools for the better. Now, please join me in welcoming Superintendent Dr. Peter Licata to the podium.
Good evening, and thank you for being here, taking time and being interested in what goes in your community and what Broward County Public Schools does. I will be reading from a script, and that's not normally my take on things, but I want to make sure that every community hears the exact same message from the first one to the second one to this one. So it's important that I keep the verbiage exactly the same as we move through these slides. I will pause through them on some significant slides simply because they take a little bit of time to absorb and get the reality of why we're here. So here we go. First, I'd like to thank our students for sharing their talents and bringing such a positive energy to this important discussion. Everything we do at the district is about you, our students. Thank you to members of the community who are joining us in person and online for conversations about redefining our schools. Redefining our schools. Through the leadership, the school board's leadership, Broward County Public Schools is starting a new plan for the district's future. This new initiative is called Redefining Our Schools. Redefining our schools is about changing to better meet the needs of the students and the greater community. At this time, we do not have a predetermined list. I'm going to stop there. At this time, we do not have a predetermined list. We have a record of all our schools and their populations and their enrollment that was published. We do not have a predetermined list. We have committed to coming to the community first to help us develop an approach that will be equitable and positive for our students. This evening, we will focus on 3 topics. First, we will share why the district needs to change to be better and better serve our students. Second, we will describe how we are approaching the process of redefining our schools. And third, we will share what you can do to shape the process of redefining our schools. Specifically, we will capture your ideas around the criteria and goals of this process. Why now? Let's begin exploring the need to redefine our schools. I will share some data and provide information and some context. This is one we're going to hold on. I want you to see the blue line from 2004-2005 all the way to our current enrollment. This process probably should have started about 10 years ago. And we have some time to catch up, but we got to do it quickly. As you can see from this chart, student enrollment has been steadily decreasing since 2004-2005 school year. Like many school districts, Broward schools experienced a steeper decline following the pandemic and expansion of voucher programs. 2023-2024 comparison. Just in the past 10 years, our enrollment has decreased by 24,000 students. Our future enrollment is also projected to decline. The decline in enrollment significantly impacts the budget. The change over the past decade represents a financial loss of approximately $207 million annually. BCPS is too big for current enrollment. Over the years, the number of students enrolled in our schools has gone down, but the number of school buildings has stayed the same. As a result, the district has about 50,000 empty seats. Hold on this map, please. If you look at this map quickly, you see the entire county is impacted. The entire county, for the most part, is impacted. This is a map where our under-enrolled schools are located. The red circle represents elementary schools. The green squares represent middle schools, and the blue triangles represent high schools. The purpose of this map is to show that there are under-enrolled schools across the district. This is an issue that will and should involve all of us. Together, we will make changes that address short-term needs and plans for the future. It clearly shows this isn't 1 or 2 communities. It is the entire county. As mentioned, there are many under-enrolled schools across the district. This is not just a budget issue. School budgets depend on student enrollment and offer the best education options. Under-enrolled schools often have fewer electives, more limited course offerings, and fewer instructional resources. These same schools often face facility issues. More choices. We must also acknowledge that our community's educational needs and expectations have changed over the years and will continue to change. BCPS is no longer the only option. Parents and students have many choices. Those choices include charter schools, virtual learning programs, private school scholarships, and homeschooling. As a district, we also offer many amazing choice programs that are very popular with students and have earned national recognition. We need to offer more of those and these types of programs as we redefine our schools and need to do a better job of communicating that we are the best choice. How? Now I'd like to describe how we are approaching the process of redefining our schools. Redefining options. Districts across the country are facing declining enrollment. We are looking at how other districts are addressing this challenge. I would like to share some common strategies to give you a sense of what we are considering. Redefining our schools will take different forms. This is not a one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one school and one community may not work for another school or another community. School choice. One option might be creating more magnet programs and full choice schools. School choice schools attract students based on the specific educational programs offered, such as engineering, Montessori, or other programs. Change grade level configuration. Another option might be changing the grade level served by one school. Merge or combine schools. We will also look at combining schools that could look like 2 under-enrolled schools becoming one school, or an under-enrolled elementary and middle school combining to become a K-8 school. School boundary changes. School boundaries create attendance zones. We might consider changing school boundaries to add or remove neighborhoods in those attendance zones. Close schools. School closures will be considered. We must acknowledge that closing a school may be one of the most difficult decisions for a district to make. Our North Star in this discussions will remain focused on what is in the best interest of our students. Repurposing schools. Repurposing schools is an innovative way to transfer unused school areas into spaces that enrich the lives of students, staff, and the community. This might look like the district is partnering with a service provider to deliver wraparound support to the students and the greater community. Leasing and selling. As the largest property owner in Broward County, we might consider selling or leasing properties. These properties could be converted into affordable housing for staff or other services. Some of these options may make people feel uneasy at first. However, we must have the courage to have difficult discussions, to make tough decisions. If we do, we will create opportunities to reinvest in our mission. Now let's talk about the many opportunities that could come out of this process. Remember, we have to have the courage to make difficult decisions. We will create opportunities to reinvest in our mission. If we have the cost savings that generate or new revenue, we will have more dollars to enhance educational programs, increase teacher and staff salaries, fund capital improvements, and more. The timeline. Timeline, well, it's tight. Timeline is because we know that it's on everyone's mind. Today, we are starting the conversation to help guide the district's approach. On the screen, and I want to hold the screen for a moment. If you look, we're starting now in the blue square, but by June, it is the intent of the district to make decisions on where we move. We're 18 months away from the impact of those decisions. We do not plan on any changes for next year, and we are expecting to be on time with this. In March, the school board will develop the criteria and goals for the redefining process based on data and input gathered through these community conversations. Using the agreed-upon criteria, the district will narrow its focus. At that point, we will ask the community to provide feedback on specific schools as we explore possible changes. In May, the school board will meet again to review the options considered for specific schools. Thereafter, district staff will follow up on specific questions brought up during discussion. In June, the school board will vote on a list of schools to be redefined. With this vote, the school board will direct me to begin the planning process around the proposal or the proposed school changes. It is important to note that changes will take much longer to happen because additional community input will be needed. This means the earliest change would likely be for the 2025-2026 school year. What's possible? As we embark on this journey, let's focus on what could be. We know that change can be hard, but if done correctly, change can unlock new possibilities. At the beginning of this process, there will be some unknowns. There will be more questions than answers. That's okay. We commit to listening, we commit to learning, and we commit to being open and transparent at every stage of this process. The possibilities are what excite me. Through redefining our schools, we hope to change how we operate in a way that creates enriching teaching and learning options. Please join us as we prepare for a new era of education in Broward County. Now we'd like to hear from you. At this time, I'm going to re-invite our Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer, Ms. Zoe Saunders, back on the stage to provide instructions on the next part of the program. And I thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Superintendent Licata, for sharing the vision for redefining our schools. The rest of the program is designed to promote discussion. The district is committed to listening and learning from the community as we begin developing the plan for redefining our schools. In a moment, we will break up into smaller groups and assign each group into a classroom or a virtual Teams meeting. District staff will facilitate a conversation with each group around redefining our schools. This format is designed to promote two-way conversation, spark new ideas, and foster meaningful engagement. The role of the facilitator is to capture your ideas and suggestions. Specifically, we are seeking input on the criteria and goals for redefining our schools. If you are joining us online, you can participate virtually through a Teams link. Soon, you should see a Teams link on your screen. Please minimize your live stream screen and click on the link to go to the virtual breakout room, where your facilitator will explain the next steps. For those in the audience, we will assign you to a group based on the wristband that you received at registration. Each wristband is associated with a specific classroom. When I call the color that matches the wristband you received, please come forward. At this time, I will ask the JROTC cadets to come to the front of the auditorium. The cadets will escort you to your classroom once your group has been called. For those who serve on a district advisory committee, please note that 2 members of the same advisory cannot participate in the same breakout room discussion. Doing so would be a breach of sunshine law. If you are assigned to the same group as a fellow advisory board member, please tell your facilitator so we can change the group assignments. As I call the color associated with the wristband you received, please come forward. The JROTC cadet will escort you to your assigned room. As a reminder, virtual attendees will see a QR code and link on the screen. If you are on a mobile device, please minimize your screen to see a button that will take you to the Teams meeting. Again, thank you for participating in the community conversation. We look forward to listening and to learning from you.